I'm going to give you the answer key, so... Oh. These are funny. Practice test is just for your benefit. I don't want it to be more stuff for me to read. So 6C starts off, and I'm sure that some of you guys would kind of want to pass this up from the very beginning, but it says half a number added to the product. Okay, well, how do I write half a number?
1 over 2. X.
Half a number. I like it. Half a number added to the product of that number. Added to the product of that number in 9.
Isn't product X plus 9x?
9x.
I like it. Product is multiplication. So if I want to add this to the product of that number in 9, what's the product of that number in 9? 9x. And I want to add it to this. So half a number added to the product of that number in 9. So you can kind of always check yourself. Does it translate back into English? Yes, so far it does. Is equals 3 more than that number. I like it. Or in this case, 3 plus x would be okay. Be careful. More than is not the same thing as is more than. Is more than would be this symbol. More than is just you add that much to it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the half x. Don't I need a parentheses around it with the 9? Half x plus 9x?
Oh, it's not half a sum. It's just half a number. The half is only being applied to the number.
But don't need a parentheses around it and the 9x?
Oh, like right here?
No, the 9x.
So that and the 9x. Half x.
Like that.
Parentheses around
Oh,
the 9x.
if I wrote this, if I wrote that, that would be half of the sum of, do you see that? Because what am I taking half of? The sum of these. Is that what it says? Half the sum? No. It says half a number. There it is. Added to the product, and then keep going, right?
Oh, I see.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
So now the next level is, how do you solve this thing?
Okay, well then, 2 questions. On the 6, it just says to write
Oh,
statements.
cool.
You don't even have to solve it.
You don't have to solve it. I love it.
Okay, so then for 6b, the difference, is that division? No.
So sum is addition. Difference is subtraction. Because if I said I'm 39, this guy's 18, what's the difference in our ages? You would subtract.
Okay.
Cool. So 6b should involve subtraction somewhere. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and give you guys the answer key. So in case you've done some of these, you can kind of start checking yourself. Go ahead.
When you get a chance, you could like explain the distributive and commutative and all that.
Yeah, sure.
How many word problems are there?
I'll probably just have 2 on. I'm not going to have 4 word problems. Huh?
I thought it was identity.
I'm not even your favorite, least favorite.
You are. You're now. That's your time.
Maybe is identity and multiplicative.
I feel the worst, best I can feel. That part of the video is going to be neat. Yes, sir.
Are identity and multiplicative inverse
Oh.
the same thing?
Say again, sir.
Are identity and multiplicative inverse the same thing?
I'm,
No, I did this one.
what's identity mean? What's identity property? What's an identity? Yeah, good. Multiplicative identity means multiply by 1. And identity means me, myself, who I am. So an identity in math is whatever maintains that. If I double me, I'm now 2 of me. I'm not myself anymore, right? So multiply by 1 maintains my identity. I am one Jeff. what about additive identity would be what? What do I add to keep something the same? 0. I love it.
Okay, so it'd be like
Inverse is what do I do to get back to that?
multiple
What's the
by
opposite of 3 additively would be negative 3. Right? Or reciprocal for
That was
multiplication.
taking the fraction.
Okay. But somebody else asked about associative.
Yeah.
Here's associative. That's associative. Here's commutative. So you're like, thanks, man. But these are not problems. The biggest mistake I saw, somebody who told me it's 10 plus x. That's the answer. No, the question is what property tells me I'm allowed to do this? So, I know, it's terrible. But they don't. What's different here? From this side to this side, what changed?
The 3 and the 7.
Good. So individual things commute. This is commutative property because individual things moved. What actually moved here? What got up and moved? The parentheses. Parentheses associate. When parentheses move, that's called associative property. When individual things move, that's called commutative property. Right? And just like people commute to work, individuals commute. Parentheses associate. Okay.
Inverse? I got that one so.
Inverse would be like multiplicative inverse. Would be like 7 times 1/7. Because what's the opposite of 7 multiplicatively? 1/7, right? Isn't that the opposite of it? So inverse is the same as opposite. But there's two opposites, multiplication opposite and addition opposite. What's the additive inverse of 7? What's the additive inverse of 7?
Plus 0.
No.
Negative
0 is
seven.
identity. What's the opposite of 7? Negative 7. Say again.
What does that mean by identity?
Identity we just talked about a second ago.
Sorry.
What do I add to maintain my identity, to not change me if I'm the number 7? What do I add to keep me as 7? I add what? Keeps something the same. You add, no, the opposite makes it 0. What do you add to make it stay the same? 0. I love it. So 0 is the additive identity. When I do something to get me back to that, that's killing it, right? That's killing it. Isn't the 7s here killing each other? So that's why we call it inverse. They're killing each other. They're undoing each other. These are inverses. But 0 is the additive identity because when I add 0 to something, it stays the same. What do I multiply something by to make it stay the same? 1.